The paradox of hope. That is something that I really am coming to terms with. Hope is something that I've had a funky relationship with throughout my life. And now I'm sitting here on a Sunday evening. It is 7:23 p.m. And one thing I would like to say about it is that you can't have too much of it, but you also can't have too little of it. You just have to have just the right amount that keeps you sane, just the right amount that just keeps you showing up for yourself every day and taking on the world and being resilient and just trying and just in a way never giving up. And I think that has what's so I feel like that's kind of like something that I'm finally coming to terms with when it comes to just having hope, is that hope, for everything that it is, it doesn't guarantee you anything. It guarantees you nothing in life. It doesn't guarantee you more success. It doesn't guarantee you more connections. It doesn't guarantee you more money. It doesn't guarantee you anything. But what I will say is that in order for us humans to have any sense of aliveness, maybe, and I don't want to put hope in this type of box where it is the answer to everything. To be quite honest, life is just too messy, and life is just not linear enough to say that hope has this one-dimensional identity attached to it. You can't have too much hope. For me, for years, that has led to me being very magical, having mystical thinking numbers have a meaning. Like, I see symbols and I look into random events and I'm thinking that there's meaning out of it, and I'm thinking it's God or whatever. But you can't have too little of it to the point where now you just become apathetic towards everything, where you slip into the bad depression. You just have to have the right amount to where you really just wake up every day and just show up. Like today, I just went on a date. And this is the first date I've been in like maybe a month and a half. And I could sit here and allow all my negative experiences with dating, even positive ones. I've had many positive ones as well. But I could sit here and say, you know what? Who cares? I don't want to date. I can just allow all those negative experiences or awkward or weird experiences that I've had and and just give up on it. Or I can allow myself to say, you know what? I'll just give it a try. And I might have to give it a try 1,000 more times, 2,000 more times, 3,000 more times. And maybe I might meet someone, or maybe I won't. But that's the thing. And I think that is what I really want to say about it. Is just never allow hope to be your savior. Don't allow it to have you in a chokehold, but also don't have too little of it. Just have the right amount to where you just try to be the boss bitch you can be. And I think that is just one thing I really want to say. Like, even just being here in school, I returned to school after years. I can have hope that, you know what, this will be the key towards advancing myself, my education, my career prospects, whatever. Or it may lead down to another complete path where none of that is going to come my way. But it's the fact that I just have that hope. And there's always going to be self-doubt. There's always going to be apprehension. All those things are going to exist, and I think that's what makes us human, to be honest with you. And I feel like that's exactly why it's so important to have some type of joy in your life every day. And I'm saying this as someone who has a history of depression. Like, it's important to have like some sense of hope. Like, for me, I really want to start journaling again. Journaling has been my lifeline for like almost like the past 4 years. And I haven't journaled. Well, I've still journaled, but my default form of journaling has been like personal, everyday diary type form of journaling. And I haven't done that in like 2.5 months. It's because I felt like I've outgrown it in a way that I was already doing it. But now I want to come back to it and now implement YouTube into my journaling routine, which I'm going to try to start back up after I finish these courses, which is literally, I'm going to be finished with the semester in a few days. But yeah, it's just like having something that you do every day. Like, to be honest, like, there's no guarantee. Like, it's the same way with approaching schoolwork or approaching your job or approaching exercise. You may not want to do it. You may not feel like doing it. You might even resent that thing or even yourself for doing it. but it's just hope that allows you to see what can come out of it, but not necessarily what is guaranteed to come out of it. And I think this is just kind of like where I need to be. And I felt like this is a point in my life where I feel the most grounded in reality. And I feel like I see reality for what it is. And it just really took some time to like come home to myself and just experience the beauty in life with all of its messiness and unpredictability and uncertainty. And that's just like what it is. I don't know, to be honest, but I feel like it's just a place where I need to be. Like, and just to kind of tie back to my point about like why it's important to have hope, like, or joy. I think that's where I was getting at, joy. Like just having something every day that you like doing. I said how for me, I want to start back up with journaling. Maybe for someone that is weight training or hiking or reading a good book. I used to love reading. I mean, I still love reading, but like traditional reading outside of schoolwork, that's something I could probably pick back up to. Or just like watching a good TV show, or just like having bits of joy and knowing that even if you have all these things, you can do everything right and shit can still go to fucking mess. It could still end up in shit, literally. Like you can literally do everything right and you can still end up in in a really bad situation, or you can literally do everything wrong or do nothing at all and still have everything that you want. Life is not a guarantee. And I think that is just important to like to vocalize to myself that that's literally kind of what it is, and voice it out loud. I think it feels peaceful for me being able to say this. But yeah, I think it's just important to talk about why it's important to have hope.